Hey guys, and welcome to my new guide for enchanting in Minecraft. If you are a beginner in Minecraft and you want to learn about enchanting and upgrading all your weapons, your tools, your gear and everything, this video is going to be for you guys. So what we got right here is a bunch of chests. We got all the stuff we need. We have some more chests. What you're going to need most importantly is the bookshelves. You'll need an enchanting table. You'll need this thing. You'll need a grinder. And then in this chest, you're going to need all of this stuff. We've also got a cow farm over there, which is super important. You'll need that as well. And we also have a bunch of sugar cane, which eventually needs to be used for paper. Now, the first thing you want to go and get is you want to create paper as well as leather. Now, the way how you make paper is actually really simple. You want to be cutting all of this. And once you have enough sugar cane, you want to walk down to the crafting table and then you can make a bunch of paper. Now for the leather, pretty simple. All you need to do is make a cow farm and then you'll want to be beating up the cows a little bit. They'll be dropping leather and that's how you create yourself a book. So if we get all of these and we go back down to the crafting table, you can see that all we need is paper and leather and that gives us a book. Now the book is needed because what we want to create are bookshelves. So we want to grab all of this. I've already prepared everything. You're going to need 15 for all of them. And then you want to go back down to the crafting table and you want to have a total of 15 bookshelves. Now, why we have 15, it's because that will give us the best enchantments possible. Now, what we also need is another book. We need 4 obsidian and 2 diamonds. Now, what we can do with that is we can create ourselves the enchanting table. This is the table we're going to be used to enchant our stuff. Now we also need to create ourselves an anvil and we need to create ourselves a grindstone. They're actually really easy to create as well. All you need is 2 sticks. So we'll grab those. You need a stone slab, you need oak planks, and then you go back to the crafting table and you'll get yourself a grindstone. The next thing you're going to need also is the anvil right here. So in order to make an anvil, you want to get yourself 4 iron ingots and you want to get yourself a block of iron and then you'll get yourself the anvil. So now we've got everything we need and we're going to be setting up everything. So we want to be placing down the enchanting table like this. And then you want to be placing all of the bookshelves that you've created all around the enchanting table like this. And now we also want to be placing the grindstone over here and then we want to place the anvil right here. Now the anvil and the grindstone can be placed wherever you want to. They don't necessarily have to be around it, but just to make things easy, we have it in this place right here. Now we've got everything set up and now we're going to get into the enchanting. Now in this chest we have 2 helmets, we got 2 chest plates, we got this one, we got the boots, and we got a bunch of diamond tools. Now why do we have 2 of those? We'll get into that. But the most important reason, you can combine enchantments. So it's always recommended to have multiple gear so you can enchant everything together. What we also need is lapis, and we also need a bunch of books. So we're going to pick up those like so, and we're going to be getting ourselves all of the tools that we want. Now I'm just going to take one of them. I'll leave everything in the chest and order everything. There you go. The lapis, we got the books, we got the diamond gear. Now we're going to get into the enchanting table. Now, the way how enchanting works is actually way easier than you guys think it is. What you want to do is you want to be enchanting with the lapis. You always put lapis in this box over here. And now, once we pick up anything else, like a diamond sword, for example, you now have level 1, level 2, and level 3. Now, the most important thing, if you take the first level, it's going to take 1 level away from you. That's how much it costs. If you want to use the level 2 enchantments, it's going to take 2 levels away from you. And if you have 3, it's going to then cost you 3 levels. When you move your mouse over to the first enchantment, it will tell you exactly what you're going to get. We're going to be getting knockback 1 from this one. We also have smite, level 2, and then we also have knockback 2 on the level 3. Now these are guaranteed. If you click on them, you'll get them. So for example, we clicked on level 3, it costs us 3 levels. We now have knockback 2. If you don't like the enchantment at all, you don't like what you've just received, you can go to the grindstone over here, or we've actually just placed an extra one over here, and then you can put the sword back in it, and you'll get some of the XP back, plus on top of that, the enchantment is gone, so you can actually enchant all over again. Now, this is where things get really interesting. When you start enchanting your gear, there is a possible scenario where you're getting extra enchantments on top of what it's actually saying right here. So if we start enchanting this one, we now got Unbreaking 3, and we've got another one, which is level 4. Now here's when things get really interesting. If we go down to the chest over here, and we start enchanting another sword, let me show you exactly what's going to happen now. This one gives us Sharpness 3. And the cool thing is that now that we have 2 swords, what we can do is we can go to the anvil, we can put both of the swords in here, and it's going to start to combine both of the enchantments together. And now we have 1 sword with all of the enchantments. Now the cool thing is we can also enchant ourselves books as well. So if you don't really get nice enchantments from the weapons right now, you can also put books in here, you can put the lapis in, and this is now what we gain for enchanting the book. It's always random. You never know what you're going to get until you place the book in here. So if you have a really nice book that gives a really nice enchantment, what you can do is you can enchant and then put that directly on your tool. So we've got efficiency 1 right here. I could basically put the pickaxe into the anvil, like so. And then we can put the efficiency in 1, and that will give us efficiency 1 on the pickaxe. Another thing that you can do is if you have efficiency 3, plus you have another efficiency 3, you can actually make efficiency 4 out of that. So if you pick up both of these enchanted books, we go back down to the anvil, you can put efficiency 3 in that one, you can put efficiency 3 in that one, and that will give us efficiency 4. Now, what's really important is that when you have a different level efficiency, you are unfortunately not able to combine that. So if you have efficiency 3 and then you have efficiency 1, unfortunately it will stay as efficiency 3. So you can't do that. You need to have both the same level. So if you have level 3 plus level 3, it's going to give you level 4. There's one more important thing you should know about enchanting is that you have a bunch of books that you want to put on your tool. So let me showcase that to you here. We have a diamond pickaxe, we got fortune 3, unbreaking 3, we got efficiency 5, and we also got mending. Now, what you need to know about enchanting stuff in Minecraft is that every time you drop something on your tool, it's going to increase the cost. So right now it costs 2. Then we enchant it again with efficiency 5. We get this. Now we enchant it once again. Level 6. We get another one. And then we get another one, which is 13 levels. And now it has all of the things we need. Now, some items have a bunch of enchantments on top of it. Like there's a massive list you can get on the sword, for example. But the more you enchant one item, the worse it's going to get. And sometimes it can increase to so much XP that you're not able to enchant it anymore. Now, a good way of avoiding that to decrease the amount of cost is what I always recommend doing is to simply either enchant all of the books together in a very specific way. I can make a video about that later on. Or you just do what I always do. You combine stuff. So if you have multiple pickaxes, you want to enchant everything. You want to get lucky in the enchanting table. And then simply you want to use the anvil. And then you want to start combining all of the stuff. So if you have Unbreaking 3 right here with mending, we also have a Fortune 3 with efficiency 4 pickaxe. That will actually give us a Fortune 3, efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3, and mending pickaxe for only a enchantment cost of 16 levels. Now, enchanting your gear is really, really nice to do. Combining stuff is really easy. Now, the most important thing is there's a bunch of enchanted items in the game. There's a lot of different ones, but the most important ones, I've got them right here. And there's also something special about these two we've got over here. But let me quickly explain what all of these do. Unbreaking 3 is one of the most important enchantments in the game because it actually increases the amount of times that the item can be used for. Thorn 3 is also a very important one. If you receive damage, it will be sent back towards whatever is hitting you. There's Sharpness 5, which is super important as it will increase your damage on the sword. There's Protection 4, which is always put on your gear, which makes you a lot more tanky. So if monsters will attack you, you're going to receive a lot less damage. There's also power 5, which is always put on your bow, which means that you'll have more increased damage on it. You also have looting 3, so if you, for example, you beat up a cow, you'll gain 3 times as many items. There's also fortune 3, super important. If you're getting some diamonds in the underground, you'll actually get 3 times the amount. There's also feather falling 4, so if you're dropping down from like the mountain, for example, you'll receive a lot less damage, which means you can fall from way further away. And then there's also efficiency 5, and that one's super important because that will increase the speed of your pickaxe as well as your axe. Now, the most important enchantment in the game is mending. Mending allows you to get XP from whatever source, and then it's going to charge back your tool, which means it can never break anymore if used very well. And then there's also infinity, which is put on your bow, which means that you have infinite arrows. Now, the only problem about these two is that they cannot be combined. So if you have a bow with mending, you cannot put infinity on top of it. Same thing the other way. You cannot put infinity with mending. If you have infinity first, you're not able to get mending. Now, this is pretty much everything you needed to know about enchanting. These are all of the basics, and don't forget to be enchanting your gear as well, which I have in the chest over here. Thank you so much for watching today's enchanting guide for Minecraft. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.